right, guys, this is breaking news. This is breaking news. And I think a lot of us would love to hear this news that tropical shipping has been exempted from Trump's $1 million port fee tariffs. Of course, Trump has imposed tariffs of $1 million on ships sailing out of U.S. ports, taking goods from Chinese made ships. Much of tropical shipping line, they are Chinese built ships as well, so they would have faced that $1 million port tariff, and that would have caused, I'm telling you, much destruction for goods coming into the Caribbean. However, they have been exempted, and this is absolutely great news this morning. Let's get into this information that they put out earlier this morning. All right. President Trump's executive order aimed at revitalizing the U.S. shipping industry grandfathered American-owned carriers like Tropical Shipping that currently rely on Chinese-built vessels. United States Trade Representative proposed surcharges that would have cost Tropical Shipping customers an additional $3,000 per 40-foot container load will not go into effect. So if this had actually gone into effect, an additional $3,000 US would have to be paid by those importing the containers, which in the supermarkets, I mean, prices would have skyrocketed, stores and all of that. This is a huge victory for us and the entire Caribbean region that we serve, said Tropical Shipping President and CEO Tim Martin. Our voices were heard. We could not have accomplished this without the relentless advocacy from our Caribbean representatives in Washington, D.C., our customers, and the many organizations that wrote letters to the USTR describing the devastating multiplier effect these port fees would have had on all of us. So the Caribbean has done a lot of advocacy in Washington. Martin says the USTR committee member was surprised by the massive response from Caribbean leaders and businesses. One of Tropical's core values is responsiveness, is our driving force. Caribbean communities were a driving force on this issue, and I cannot thank you enough. I want to give a special thanks to the following: our dedicated employees, customers, Congresswoman Stacey Plaskett, Governor Albert Brand, U.S. Virgin Islands, Terry, of course, Helen Director of the Federal Relations Office of USVI, President Mohammed Irfan Ali, Guyana, Prime Minister Mia Mottley of Barbados, Dr. Patrick Antoine, CARICOM Private Sector Organization. We have Molwa from the Atlantic Council, the Caribbean Shipping Association, the Hotel and Tourism Association, Caribbean Ambassador to the United States, the Caribbean Tourism Organization, and members of the Florida Congressional Representative. This was a large body advocating so that tropical shipping would be exempted from the $1 million port tariff. It would have destroyed, I'm telling you, Caribbean businesses. And so this is good news this morning. Martin will continue to advocate in Washington, D.C. to strategize the long-term plans to bring U.S. shipbuilding back to the U.S. and how American carriers like Tropical can prepare for the future. Tropical Shipping, of course, is headquartered in Rivera Beach, Florida, and has served the Caribbean market since 1963. And of course, Tropical's transportation services include refrigerated, dry full container load, less than container load, a small packages consolidation, inland transportation, and global logistics services. I'm telling you guys, this is huge news and a huge win for Caribbean businesses this morning. This is breaking news today. Share this video far and wide. Let people know that tropical shipping has been exempted from Trump's $1 million port tariff. This is exciting news this morning. I'm telling you, with a $3,000 US being added on to containers, man, that's US, huh? To at least one 40-foot container. That would have skyrocketed the price of goods, and I mean, just totally decimated a lot of small businesses as well across the Caribbean who import stuff from the US to resell. But I'm happy this is being done, but I'm also continue to advocate for our regional people to start planting more, getting more of their goods made in the Caribbean, and doing more business within the region as well. Because if this had actually gone through, we would have been in a bad space today. But luckily for us, thankfully, the advocacy on Washington was really good. A lot of people came together, including some Caribbean leaders, Mia Mohi and from Ali. This is really, really good for Caribbean businesses on this Friday morning. And share this video far and wide and let people know what's taking place with tropical shipping this morning, who have been exempted from the US $1 million port tariffs. Like I said before, those ships that Tropical used to bring goods to all these Caribbean islands, the supermarkets, the stores, they're Chinese built ships. Okay, and of course, Trump is doing that because he wants the U.S. shipbuilding to get back into a state of readiness. So, guys, thanks for sharing, and look forward to seeing you in this podcast.